Good afternoon, everybody. So, we are here to discuss about Smart India Hackathon 2023. As we are all aware that this is one of the most trusted and largest open innovation model where students from higher education and even the junior students now they are taking part and they are submitting the solution to the problems which are posted by various ministries where industry various industries. So I think again in 2023 students have an opportunity where they can take on the challenging problem statements which are proposed by the industries and also the central government authorities, the state government authorities. And I think it is a great platform where students they get an opportunity not to just work with their own mentors which they have in their institution, but at the same time they get a chance to work with the mentors from the industry, and also it gives them an opportunity to get the suggestions around the innovations that they are creating. And the best part is that there's a clear cut goal that they have in front of them, like this is the challenging problem statement that they have to solve. So Smart India Hackathon is a flagship program by Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, and it is supported by AICT and various other government and private bodies. And now this particular initiative has taken a completely different shape altogether. It is one of the most trusted and biggest open innovation model in the world, right? So not just in the hardware but also in the software category, a student have the an opportunity to take on the challenging problem statements. So when you talk about the category of the events in Smart India Hackathon, primarily they are two. So we call it as Smart India Hackathon Hardware Edition and Smart India Hackathon Software Edition, right? So students, those who are from coding background, those who love to code and give solution to the challenging problems which are faced by society, they can take part in Smart India Hackathon's Software Edition. And if you are from hardware background and you can work in a team and you have people, those who are designers, those who are having good knowledge about CAD designing, hardware designing, then they can make a team and probably work on the hardware statements. But yes, the challenges are different for both of these categories, and it is totally up to the individual to take up which category they want to apply it to. Okay, so now we'll be going through the documentation, that is the rules and regulation of Smart India Hackathon. So there is an official guideline document which has been issued by the concerned authority, and I would love to take you through the documentation so that you have a clear idea about the format, how this hackathon is going to take place, and what are the different steps that you need to follow to take part in this particular hackathon. Okay, so this will be our first objective, and the second is that for Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, we will be conducting an internal hackathon on 27th of September to pick top 35 teams. So we have to pick top 35 teams, and 30 teams will be the ultimate winners. They will be given a chance to take part in the next stage where they can submit their ideas, and if they get evaluated and they're adjudged the best ones, then probably they get qualified for the grand finale. So at the university level, at the college level, there will be one round which will be taking place on 27th of September, and we will be picking up 35 teams. So 30 will be the shortlisted ones and 5 will be the standby number. Okay, so why we have standby teams over here is because at the last moment maybe some team may back out, or maybe there is some issue with the team structure and they're not taking part. So we have to keep a buffer of 5 teams. So in total there will be 35 teams that we will be shortlisting. 30 will be the final shortlisted ones and 5 will be the standby number. Okay, so in case there is a team which backs out of the initial 30 ones, maybe we'll give chance to the next ones, the ones which are there in the standby list. Okay, but yes, 35 is what we are going to pick on 27th of September. There is no limit in terms of the numbers, like how many numbers we are going to pick for hardware edition and how many we are going to pick for the software edition. It completely depends upon the merit of the project. We may pick up 20 from hardware, 10 from software, or 20 from software and 10 from hardware, or any other combination. It all depends on the quality of projects which students will come up with. So that's one thing, right? So 30 or 35, but yes, ultimately our target number for the internal hackathon is 35. Okay, so now the most important thing is like how to register, whom to approach, how to go about the problem statements, which problem statements we should take on, what is the team structure, right? So you have a lot of questions at the moment, but I'm sure that the guideline document will ease out the things for you, and it's very nicely documented. This is what I can say. So let's dive in and see what that documentation is all about. So here we have, this is the link where this documentation is available. It's available on the official website of Smart India Hackathon. Okay, so this is for the senior edition. I'm not talking about the Smart India Hackathon Junior Edition. Primarily, it is for the school students, but for higher education, it is the senior edition that we are going to talk about. And this is the common documentation for hardware edition as well as a software edition. Okay, so it's one common documentation that you need to follow for all the rules and regulations regarding Smart India Hackathon. So you can see over here that they are saying that we have to pick up top 35 teams, but there is a clear cut bifurcation that 30 teams will be the shortlisted ones and 5 teams will be in the standby. That's how it is. Spock account approval, I think this is something which is internal. Already, this has been taken care of by the Institutions Innovation Council of our university. And now it's all about conducting the internal hackathon on 27th of September, where we are supposed to upload a report around hackathon, okay, covering all these pointers. Again, this is something that is for the admin. So we'll take care of that. You need not to worry about that. The next is like the team formation, which is very important. I think you can see over here that the rule says that you have 6 members in the team, including the team leader, right? So in total, there will be 6 team members in the team, including the team leader, right? And each team must have at least one female team member. So that's a mandate. And no inter college team is allowed, guys. You have to be from the same college. But yes, it is encouraged that if you can have the students from different branches, maybe one from design, one from electronics, one from computers, one from mechanical, there's a strong chance that you will have all the things which are required to make a good project as per the problem statement. Okay, so that is something which is encouraged, but it is not a mandatory thing. If you are from a single department and if you want to make a team of 6 members, which should have one female member, then I think it's again something which is valid. Okay, but yes, no inter college team is allowed. It has to be from one single institution only, right? The next thing which they are asking for is like software edition. You need to be good with programming skills. Obviously, this is something which is important. But for the hardware edition, they are encouraging the multidisciplinary teams so that you have a good mix of skills in the team, and it becomes easy for you to take on the project, right? So that's something which is quite important aspect. I think this is something which every team is going to take care for, because if you have a project which involves multidisciplinary skills, you need to have the individuals to take on that. Okay, and the nominated team should have participated in the recommended internal hackathon, which means that you should be there on 27th in case you want your team to qualify for the next round. That is something which is important. So if you're not there in the internal hackathon, then it's very difficult for us to propose a team for the finale. So that is something which is difficult. So you have to be there for the internal hackathon. That is something which is recommended, and the winning teams will be recommended by the university SPOC. So university's single point of contact for this particular event will be recommending the teams. So there is a prescribed format which is given for the SPOC. So again, if you are in the top 35 teams picked by the jury, then in that case, we'll be needing your details, and we'll be filling this particular form, and it will be endorsed by the competent authority on the university letterhead. And once it is done, I think there is a separate process altogether. You have to register online. The team leader has to register online on the official website of Smart India Hackathon, and then Spock will be working with the team leads to submit the ideas and approving them on the portal, right? So all those things will be taken care of. But our first challenge is to handpick top 35 teams from the university. And on 27th, we will be working on this particular aspect. And once we have the top 35 teams, we'll take the details from the teams, and we'll do the needful in terms of onboarding you smoothly on the platform, and submitting your idea on the portal. And finally, Spock will have the responsibility to approve the teams, so that will be the responsibility of the university Spock. And I'm sure that the Spock team will be able to do that without any hassle. And students, those who will be selected for this particular event, will have you know easy and smooth onboarding on the platform and the further journey. So it will be completely guided by the internal team which is there at the university premises, and we are all there to help you out in this entire process, right? So you can see this rule clearly says 30 shortlisted and 5 waitlisted teams. So even if you are in the wait list, again there is a chance that you will be there for the next stage, right? But ultimately the top 30 teams will be the ones which will be considered. But yes, we cannot completely say that okay, they are out, the 5 waitlisted teams. They have to be prepared with their projects. So in any unforeseen circumstance, or if any team backs out, they will surely be given the chance to take part in the further stages of this particular competition, right? So we'll not breach the criteria of 35 teams total, but yes, there is no bar on the software and hardware categories, so we can have our own numbers. We'll decide this factor on the basis of the merit of the ideas, right? So this is what I have already briefed you. Maybe we can have 20, 15, 15, and 15. So all depends on the idea, the qualities, the merit of the idea, the merit of the solution that you are proposing. So that will be something that we'll be considering as a parameter. Okay, so we are not going with the hard numbers at the moment. It will be purely on the basis of the merit of the idea, right? Next is the idea nomination process. So again, this is something which is for submitting the problem statements for the agencies who are submitting the problem statements. So I think they are saying that 500 ideas are there for one PS. So again, that is something which is related to the problem statement creators, not for the students. uh, Team leader need to enter the details on the SIH portal. So that is something which will start once you are there in the top 30 or 35, right? So team leaders will onboard the portal. They will verify the team name. They will upload the authorization letters and all those things. So I think this step will be for the team leaders, but that will be when they are selected in top 30, not at the moment. Okay, so this is one thing, but everything has to be done before the deadline, which is 30th of September. Yes, idea description, idea PPT, PDF should be there. And I encourage the teams, those who are taking part in this competition, to work on the ideas, prepare a solution PPT or a PDF. Try to include as much information as you can around the idea that you are targeting, how you are implementing it, what kind of software you are going to use, what kind of hardware you are going to use. And at the same time, the bottlenecks, if there are any, the challenges, if there are any, if you can give the bifurcation of the materials, their costings and all, it will be great. If you can have a business idea around it, again it will be great. So idea description, idea PPT, PDF, you can always create the way you want. We'll give you some guideline, we'll give you some tips around that once you appear for the hackathon on 27th at the university. But at the same time, I encourage all of you to take time, discuss within the team, and try to ideate a lot around the problem that you're working upon, and take it to the next level, because every iteration stage, every suggestion that you will be coming up with will have a role to play in terms of refining that particular idea. So I encourage all of you to have a discussion within the team, ask your mentor about the suggestions, and try to refine it, so that once you propose a documentation for your problem statement that you are going to target, you have a clear cut plan, roadmap, clarity of the idea how it is going to be done. And maybe we are doing it on 27th, so you have some time with you to try to create certain prototypes, mock-ups. So if you can create those things, again those are the things which will add value to your idea. But yes, once you submit it, you will have time again to work on it, to refine it. So it is not like you have to do it before the hackathon only. Your work can continue till the time you reach the finale, or maybe in the finale you will get a chance to work on it again for some time under the supervision of the officials of the hackathon, right? So your journey starts at the moment, and it will continue till the time the hackathon is over, right? So even it will continue beyond that, I can say that, because if your ideas are good, if you're really backing it up, there's a strong chance that you can work on those ideas, convert them into prototype solutions, and take it to the market. So there is no ending on that part, right? So you have to believe in your idea and your solutions and take it forward. Okay. uh, they say that we are going to have the hackathon in the physical mode. So there will be nodal centers which will be allocated to the team. So guys, be prepared in case your idea is selected. There is a strong chance that you get a chance to move around the country, and it will be any nodal center which will be allotted to you at some point of time. So you have to travel, right? So I think this is something mentally you should be ready, that you will be traveling for the final hackathon, the grand finale, and it can take place at any point. So the recommended timeline is there, that tentative dates are second or third week of November, but as the dates are yet not finalized, it's still tentative. The detailed schedule will be there with us soon, and we'll intimate you once it is there. But at the same time, the only suggestion from my side is like, be prepared to travel, because at times it comes as a surprise to the teams, like they have to travel for the hackathon and then they back out. This is something which is there as a format, that once you are selected, there will be some nodal center which will be assigned to you in a particular state. It may be Haryana, it may be Delhi, it may be at any point of at any place in the country. It may be Mumbai, it may be Pune, it may be Chennai, anything. Okay. So be prepared for traveling. It's always a fun to travel and take part, because you get a chance to work in a different environment with the other teams. So there's a lot of transfer of knowledge which happens when you do these kind of hackathons and take part in these kind of events. So I think it's a great experience that you guys will get once you take part in the grand finale. And shortlisted and ideas announcement will be done by the officials. So once you submit your idea, then again there is a scrutiny which takes place. It will be evaluated by the selected evaluators, by AICT and MOE's innovation cell, and then they will evaluate your ideas, and only the ones which are selected will get a chance to take part in the grand finale. Another thing is like, which is very important, is like mentors eligibility. So mentors role is very crucial in this entire process. Mentor is the backbone of the team. They are the ones who have experience, they are the ones who have skills, they are the ones who have industry knowledge. So I think for software edition you can pick two mentors, either from academia or industry. It's your choice. For hardware edition, it is encouraged that you should have two industry mentors. Okay. But I think when the team will be traveling in the grand finale, the mentors have to accompany the team. So I think teams have to be careful when they choose their mentors. Choose a one who can support you in the entire process, who can travel with you during the hackathon's grand finale. It will be very difficult situation, because if you have mentors who are guiding you and they're not traveling with you during the hackathon with some reasons, that okay, it's not possible for me to travel, so then I think the purpose is defeated. So it's a team, the core team, which has like six members team and then two mentors. So I think the role of mentor, what we have seen in the past, is like very crucial, and their advice is quite valuable for the team. And if they travel with the teams, the encouragement level and the kind of support they get is completely different altogether. So I think I will encourage the students to choose the mentors carefully. And at our university we will be definitely recommending you few of the mentors, depending upon your project idea, that you can discuss with them, and maybe take it forward with them. But in case you have somebody who is there in your family who can mentor you, or maybe somebody from industry who is ready to mentor you, it's perfectly fine. So you can pick it up from academia, from your own institution, or maybe from industry. So again, that's your choice, your personal thing. We'll have our recommendation, but the final call will be from the team only, right? So mentors have a responsibility to chat with the team via phone or in person, guide them in their project and all. So I think these are the responsibilities of the mentor. Okay. So once we are done with that, I think the next is like the general information regarding the grand finale. Uh, it's pretty general. I think we have already discussed that. So your accommodation will be free of cost once you travel for the grand finale. Uh, I think food again is served by the nodal centers. Your stay arrangements are again the responsibility of the nodal centers. They are there for you to arrange it. So I think students also get the grant for traveling. That's again a great thing. Like second class sleeper railway fare is something that you're gonna get for the grand finale. So travel is again sponsored, which is again a great thing. Apart from that, you need to have the college ID stamped, endorsed. So I think those are the things which we can easily take care of. Yes, there are prizes. The prize money is there, guys. So you can see it's like you can see that the prize money is there. It's a good amount, right? So each winning team is entitled for this particular prize money per problem statement. 1 lakh rupees is a good amount, and yes, you can see that you have miscellaneous information also, which is there. But yes, second prize is like 75,000 rupees. Third prize is 50,000 rupees. Okay. So that's a good prize money, guys. That is there for this event. So in case you do well, some good amount is coming your way. So next is like the miscellaneous information. In case there is an intellectual property of the winning idea, it will be equally shared by the industry and the team, and all depends on the mutual agreement. That is something which is there, right? And selected ideas will be supported by the industry and the government institutions, and they are the ones who will be backing you up in case you wish to have the further journey in your ideas and you want to take it to market. And this is something that we encourage, that if you have a solution which is doable, which is a game changer, which can solve a problem, take it to market. Why do you want to keep it in your lab, and why do you want to keep it with you? Take it to the market and give it to the ultimate customer. Try to do that particular thing, which is quite important. I think it's time that students at the university level should take it as a challenge and try to figure out a strategy or come up with a strategy to take it to the market. You have immense potential. I'm sure at some point of time that thing will be sorted, where people, if they do something, it is taken out of the lab and it is taken to the market. Yes, the journey is quite different and quite interesting when you try to take it to market. But again, I think students are quite capable of doing that thing. We have seen it in the past, and I'm sure that the students who will be the part of this particular hackathon will be able to do that. Okay. So they must be new. Whatever you are proposing, there should be uniqueness, innovation in that, and I think that is something which is important. And I have covered the rules and regulations for you. And this is the official website, sih.gov.in, where all the required details are mentioned. So you can just go through this website. The timelines and all are also mentioned over here. Nodal center announcement is supposed to be there by 16th of October. Then there is a training for finalists. If you are there in the grand finale, there will be training sessions for you also. So there's a lot of learning coming your way, guys. So be ready for that. And then there is a grand finale which is going to happen in between 3rd to 7th of November. But again, it's a tentative thing. We still are not sure when the finale is going to happen. But yes, the tentative dates are available. So it should be within the same timeline which is mentioned over here, right? So this is for the juniors. I'm not going to talk about the juniors guideline at the moment. So this is there for the juniors. Yeah. So these are the themes. You can see that we have blockchain, smart education, disaster management, games and toys. There is miscellaneous category. There is a fintech category. There is a smart automation, fitness and sports, heritage and culture. Medtech, biotech, and health tech is another category. Agriculture, food tech, rural development, smart vehicles, transportation and logistics, robotics and drones, clean and green energy, tourism, renewable and sustainable energy. So I think you can have 16 to 17 in total, including miscellaneous that you have over here, the themes. Okay. So some great numbers over here. You can see 2708 problem statements are there for you. So this is about the timelines. Then I think I should take you towards the problem statement. So let's click on this one. So here you will see the problem statements, like from where I should get the problem statement. So guys, I encourage you to go to this particular link and go through the problem statements which are given. Do not just pick one or two by just reading them. Try to see what it takes. What are the expectations out of the project? Okay. um, it's a exhaustive list. So maybe you're not comfortable with the initials on which are there on the first page, try to make use of the filters, like select the theme which you want to take part in, maybe have the category, because you should be clear about it, like which category you are going to take that. Is it software or is it hardware? Okay, so be clear about that. Which category you're gonna be you're gonna be taking part in, like software or hardware. Be clear about that. So I encourage you to make use of the filters. Like category is there, the theme is there, and then organization. So if you are willing to see the statements which are floated by a particular department, so you can choose that as one of the filters, like Ministry of Coal, Ministry of Ayush, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Mines, Railways, and so on, Power. So you can see, I mean, it's a blessing. I mean, to have the problem statements from all these, big bodies, and they are the ones who are giving you the challenging statements, and something which is quite practical, and something for which the solution is required. So I think most of the times in academia, this is something that we feel like we need to work on the real problem statements. We need to work on the use cases which are, requiring the solution. So I think it's a great opportunity, guys. So three filters for you at the top, and then again you have like state government, central ministry, industry personnel, student innovation. So use those filters and try to see what you want to do. So just as a case study, if I take you towards few of the ideas, like this is by Ministry of Power, dashboard for real-time monitoring of construction projects. So this is one of the ideas, so you can click on that, and then you will be getting the PSID, the PS title, the PS description, the organization who has given it, which category this falls into, whether it is software or hardware, domain bucket, what it is. And in certain cases you will also have the YouTube link, where there will be a more elaborative description about the project, what they are expecting. Okay, so you can make use of the description which is given over here, and this gives you the in-depth detail, like what they are looking forward to, right? So in this case, you can see that designing of dashboards for real-time monitoring of construction projects using IoT devices, backend AI ML tools to track resources in the form of equipment, manpower, monitor their efficiency and safety in all the situations. So there is an expectation which is set up over here in this particular paragraph. So that becomes your inspiration, and then probably you can design your strategies around it. Like, this is how we are proposing that it should be like this is how the dashboard UI should look like, these are the functionalities which it should have, and these are the sensors that we'll be deploying at the project site. Maybe you can have a camera to have a supervision about the safety measures which are followed over there, right? And those are the things that which you need to look at, right? So these are important aspects, and I think uh, it's elaborative, guys. You can see it's a paginated document, so I leave it to you to decide which statement you want to take on. Okay, so 58 hardware and 181 software is what I can see over here. And now I think I would like to give you a brief about the process for the internal hackathon, because again this is important aspect. Like, internal hackathon we are organizing on 27th of September, 9 a.m. onwards in A block, second floor, room number 29. That is at Manorista Innovation and Incubation Center. So I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the organizing team to welcome you all for this event, encouraging you to take part in this particular event, and make it a grand success. And I'm sure that all of you will be able to provide solutions to whatever statements you will be taking on. So if you can design some prototypes, some mock-ups around it, some PPT around it, like how you will be solving that particular problem, that will be something which will be very important for us to evaluate your ideas, your solutions that you are proposing. And I think the jury who will be there for evaluation will be looking at it from the uniqueness point of view, from the UI UX point of view, from the point of view whether it is viable or not, the solution that you are proposing, your confidence in terms of your idea, the solutions that you are proposing, and your capability in terms of the technical understanding, whether you really understand it or not. So all those are the crucial aspects, guys, that you need to be careful about. So this is the link that is there for you to register for the internal hackathon. I am again repeating, this is the link that you can scan on your mobile for the internal hackathon. Okay, so this is it, guys. I think this is enough for you to get started with this interesting event, Smart India Hackathon, and let's try at Manolisna to make it a grand success. 35 teams, 27th of September, 9 a.m. is our target, and let's try to give the solution to the problems which are really requiring a solution from all you budding engineers, all you technical enthusiasts, all you guys who are into problem solving, those who love problem solving, those who love to take on challenges. I encourage all of you to take part and form a team and just go for it. So thanks a lot, guys, for attending this session, and I will see you on 27th. Take care and have a great day ahead.